Good evening, viewers.
It's Bane.
I kid you not. I've just seen Gary twerking, and it was traumatizing. He was bent over trying to get his mask whilst dancing.
Oh, nurse.
I now need to go back to
Matron.
No, matron.
Oh,
dear.
good morning.
Good morning, viewers.
Good evening.
Fred Scuttle here. That killed it.
Well, show's over. Roll credits.
Yeah, cheers, bye.
You're
Have a
welcome.
nice life.
Welcome to Creative Friday, Gary. We haven't had you on here yet. have
I
we?
don't think I've been on Creative Friday yet. And what an
More like-
entrance I have made.
Yeah.
Look at
The
that
30
hair.
seconds prior
Ridiculous.
to going live, I was trying my damnedest to run up the stairs because the
Well,
chairlift takes too long because
I
I
did
knew I was
say
late.
he's probably trying to come up on his chairlift, and I could just see him like trying to press the
No,
button. Go faster.
it was an emergency, so I had to struggle with my legs. And never mind.
It's the fact we heard you shouting, "I'm coming!"
That's why.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I was also getting spoken to by the current Mrs. Morris as well.
You can't say that anymore
Why?
because that's unfair, considering she just had a heart attack. It makes it sound like you're trying to finish her off.
Hey, I've been cooking for the best part of 3 weeks, and she's still around. So
Well played.
So, for those that don't know how Creative Friday works, what we tend to do, or what we originally started doing, was we do the first half hour, 45 minutes to an hour or so of just us guys on the panel talking and doing models and stuff, and then we open it up to everyone else for the second
Yeah.
half-ish. So, yeah, because there's 4 of us on here today, that's what we'll be doing, I think. Until we get bored of each other's company, then we'll let you all in.
bye.
So, what are you working on today? Creative Friday.
Well-
work whatever we want.
I'll go first because I can.
Oh God, Gary's killing someone.
Go on.
All right. So I'm going to
John.
start a new. This is the Ultimate Tempest. It's a Tempest 2. So it's a big stonking rotary. I think it's an 18-cylinder double bank rotary. Bristol Centaurus engine on a Tempest. So I'm going to be starting that one. Picked this up 2 days ago, and I can't wait. So that'll be starting. And oh God, I mentioned it comes with a book. I only opened the book maybe half an hour ago. Let me show you how good this thing is. So this is Look at that rocket going off! Isn't that fantastic? That's an art.
John, if you sing again, I will mute you.
Righto. Yeah, so lots of pages, lots of color, lots of previews, history on the Tempest in service. So this sort of quality book coming with a model kit, that's fantastic, isn't it?
It's
Lots
really
and lots
good.
of stuff.
Really good.
Most impressed.
Yes, I might keep an eye out for something along those lines.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done, Mr.
Edward.
Edward. Right, so that's what I'll be playing with. So I might as well.
Well, that
I might
makes
as well
it
start right now. Yeah.
What about you, Gary? What are you going to be
Well,
working on today?
I am working on something a little bit different today. I, as an experiment, printed off a 3D resin M109 Paladin howitzer. It was originally 1/100th scale, but I scaled it up by 138% to make it 1/72nd scale. And I'm going to build it, which won't take much too long at all because most of it's already in place. And then I'm going to paint it. And depending on what it looks like when I've painted it, I have a set of files for about 40 or 50 other tanks in that scale. And I'm going to start printing those off and painting those because it's just an experiment to see how I get on with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm using the 3D printer for figures or attempts at doing boarding ladders for MiG-21s for John.
Hmm.
That's not pushed down properly yet.
That is a huge turret for that size hull.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big old boy here. Hang on, there you go.
Surprised that didn't tip over backwards.
Well, when you put the gun on the front as well.
It's mad.
It's a big old piece of kit.
Sure is.
Oh, that gun may be on upside down. Oh, there you go.
If I was in the crew, I'd be a little bit worried about the fact that my ammunition racks are right out in the open at the back, sticking over the back end and everything.
Cool though. Cool. Yeah. And I've just spent this morning working out all the other bits I printed off are things like accessories. I couldn't work out what these were to camera. And then I realized these were this is the open. I don't know whether you can see. That shows the whatever this is in the open position, and the closed position are already on the back end of the Paladin. So if I wanted them open, I had to chop these off and put that on. So I don't need them. So as we said earlier, they're going in the Greebly box. And then I've got two different hatches. One with mounting on for I'm assuming this machine gun here.
Yep.
And one with a mounting for a slightly smaller machine gun. So I'm going to do the bigger machine gun, this one, and see how I get on.
Sure, I think the one tank I actually want to get that I might look at Telford is the mouse.
Oh yeah,
because I think that'd be cool.
What
about you, Modders?
Any World War One files yet?
I don't actually know what I'm going to be working on today. No idea.
Well, I'm going to be working on Nigel.
Nigel.
The Michaeloth.
Nigel the Nightcloth.
Yes. So I'm going to be putting some more colour into him.
Yes, he's looking a bit pasty. Needs a bit of colour in his cheeks.
Yeah.
He's looking a bit green.
So, whilst you guys get started, I shall go through the comments.
Well, I could go through the comments if you like. Up to you.
It's all right. I can get it done quicker.
Righto. And in a language that doesn't need subtitles.
I am your
father. Because, of course, I can do it without an accent.
Yeah.
Black Hats. What you could do, John, is you could do the Australian ones.
Oh, righto. Challenge accepted. All right. So, Black Hat Scale Model says, "You mean I'm not your first?" Sad face. Duke comes back with, "Black Hat, you're first in my comments." Another strange Australian says, "Well played, Black Hat, you get a star." Black Hat says, it's worth it then.
I said, Black Hat, you're the first comment on my StreamYard, and that's all that matters. And I said, Duke, you need to up your game, bud.
And he wipes a tear from his eye again.
I said, lol.
All that's pronounced, oh, lol.
Jimmy says, Bugger, 9th comment, I'm slipping. Yes, you are. Don't slip too far, otherwise you'll fall off your chair. Jim says, good morning from a dark and cold Chicago. I see that being 20 minutes early is late to the party. Apparently so.
Wow, absolutely.
It's becoming a bit of a competition on this channel, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
I find it quite funny. I mean, that comment was at, 18 minutes to. Do you know we've already got 16 people watching?
Really?
Yeah, that's mad. Don't forget to share it so that we can get more people to join the party.
Subscribe.
Yes. Apparently Darth Vader says so. Jim says good and Freitag. June says,
Hmm.
morning BHSS. That sounds like a hire company. That really does sound like a tool hire company. Duke says, MT, BBC, and Jim. And the reason I say that is because there is actually a tool hire company in the UK called HSS.
Duke says,
Duke
"G'day,
says-
Jim. I'm sitting here in shorts and a t-shirt."
Bonza Duke.
Duke.
Go on, Tiff.
Do I have to read my own, really?
Yeah. Tiff says,
Say, morning, folks. Please hit that like button on your way in. Thank you.
That sounds just like
Yeah.
her. I love how you throw your voice here, Mikey. That's fantastic.
I know. It's almost like my balls never descended. What the hell is Gary doing? And why has he got a grin on his face whilst he's doing it? Sonic says tension.
Duke says, "Done, Tiff."
Tiff says currently
Oh, that's disturbing. Eh? Oh, God.
Please. stop.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. Gee, I thought it was like Michael Hutchins for a moment. but,
Julian says, I may not stick around, visitors, so I may need to be sociopathic. No, wait, sociable. I always get those confused, which, come to think of it, probably explains all the bodies. I like it. Jim says, correction, currently 2 degrees C.
yeah.
Jim says,
very
morning,
good.
Tiff and Sonic. And Modmin. Well, Modmin is Tiff.
Yeah, I am.
Jim says, good morning, Mikey. Good morning, Jim. Jim says, good morning, evening, overnight, all the usual suspects. Duke says, good day, Sonic. How are they
G'day,
hanging?
Sonic. How are they hanging? Oh, you don't want me to do the Australian ones anymore. Have I been voted off the island?
I'm just rattling through them quick.
Righto. Do that.
Black Hat says 21 degrees C here in beautiful Queensland at 8:51 p.m. Wow.
Yeah.
Columbus Ball's
19
in.
mil.
Hello, Sheep Shagger. He says, woo, made it in time.
Hey.
It's the sheep botherer.
How's the
Gary
temperature
Evans
your
said-
way?
Sorry?
How's the temperature in New Zealand?
What?
He doesn't know. He hasn't got it. Wool is very warm.
They'd only let us have one sausage at breakfast, Gary.
I had porridge for my breakfast.
Toast. Toast. Lightly buttered.
I usually have granola. I fancy to change.
Gorilla.
Black Hat says, tick tock, tick tock. Julian says, yeah, that was a 1 minute to as well. So he was eager. He was eager to start. Julian says, hi, Callum. And hi, Gary. Duke says, good day, Black Hat, Columbus, Gary, and Julian. Penny says, good morning, mate. Thanks for the alarm call, Mikey. You are very welcome. Black Hat says, howdy, Duke. Black Hat says, what time is it in the UK? Midday? No, 11:15. Julian says 11 o'clock. Yeah, because it was at the time. Well, actually, it was 2 minutes past 11 if you want to be pedantic about it. Brian says, morning, everyone. Good morning, Brian. And Tiff says it's 11 a.m. at 11:03. Julian says, morning, Gary. Julian says, hi, Brian. Jim says, quite a few comments to read already. Yeah, yes, that's why I'm rattling through them. Sonic says, we're here. They should be Duke, I hope. Well, we were waiting for Gary to get his creaky old ass up the stairs, okay?
No, that was a reply to Duke asking how they're hanging.
Oh, right.
God. We're not back on
Where,
that discussion.
where they should be.
Not having that discussion we were having before we went live, are we again?
Jim says, Gary stuff, no complaints about the scoff, sir. However, the coffee's a wee bit weak. Duke says, ha ha, Sonic. And Jim says, hello, Sonic lad. How are you, mate? Gary says, Jim, the NCO in charge of beverages will be happy to discuss this with you behind the cookhouse. Black Hat says, love the Tempest. Great subject, John.
Yeah.
Julian says, actually, Mikey, that should be we do the first 45 minutes, hour or so, catching up on comments. Lol. Yes. Trying to beat my record today. Jim says, Gary stuff, assume the position,
Ooh,
not the Navy. Jim
yes.
says, ooh, Gary, is that like behind the bike sheds in school?
Oh,
Scott Smalls in. He says, hi all. I also have the Tempest Mark II, but Profi Pack edition. Nice.
ooh.
Gary says, Julian, similar but less public school. Yes, there's no hot crumpets. Sonic says, hey Jim, plodding on. Just glad I made the stream, probably because I haven't been up. Oh, probably because I've been up all night again. By some miracle, I'm still awake. Yeah, you need to get your sleep sorted, man. Jim says the name Paladin comes from the lead character of an old Western television program titled Have Gun Will Travel. It's also my character in D&D. Because my character, Gordon Bennett, is a Paladin. Julian says, my mistake, Gary. I meant a swift walker, stalls with staff to guard them.
If anybody would like to meet Gordon Bennett,
Yeah, go on. Do we all want to meet Gordon Bennett? You need
So
to
it's
put
not
it on.
Gorodon. It is Gordon.
Well,
This
it's spelled Gorodon because
Yeah.
that's how an orc would say it. But I pronounce it Gordon.
this is Gordon Bennett.
Gary, you realise your camera's upside down, right? Don't you? Your mat's the right way up, but you're there. We
No, I was holding him upside down. Sorry.
Ah.
This is
Baffling.
go.
there's Gordon Bennett.
Nice.
There you go.
That's
So,
I
cool.
wish I will be.
I was going to send that to Mikey, but now I've decided we're going to give it to him at Telford.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jim says,
Don't
hello,
worry,
Benji.
John, I'll send you your stuff.
Yeah. No, make him wait for Telford as well.
We can wait for Telford next year. I could give it to Paul, couldn't I?
Yeah, you can give it to Paul on Saturday.
Give it a pull.
Jim says, hello to Benji, my canine friend. How
He's
can
very
you
quiet
be if
this
he actually
morning.
does turn up on Saturday?
He's
We're
very
me and Gary will look at Paul next Saturday and just go, oh shit.
We'll start
John's
writing
gonna
our
be so-
Bron apology letters.
June says, laugh out loud. I can get it done quicker. Not seeing my comment yet, Mikey. If you've not seen it yet, then it may well have cleared it. Duke says, my comment was 9 hours before the stream yesterday. I think that is the record. Well,
Wow.
if it's not there in StreamYard, it's not there, dude. Got to see proof first. Screenshot it next time.
I'd just like to say I believe him.
You believe anything. Julie says, do you know we've got 16 people watching? No, but you hum it and I'll play it. Ha ha.
Hey, do you know the piano's on my foot?
Sonic says, if Star Wars met Minions.
Oh, God.
Black Cat says, Gary, if it makes that noise as you rub it, you may need lube.
Oh.
And it's not even midday. Scott says it's 10 in Taz. Ooh, you're in Tasmania.
Oh.
Cool.
Watch out for those devils.
Yeah, there's one sitting on my shoulder here. There. At the minute, he's eating my t-shirt.
Hmm.
He's a little bastard, he is. All right, Jim says, turns clock back this Sunday in the US. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sonic says, coldest part of the body, actually, because they're 2 below. Duke says, good day, Scott. And Julian says, 2IC research says regarding the etymology of paladin, it comes from the late 16th century, from French paladin, from Italian paladino, from Latin palatinus, officer of the palace. There we go.
Oh, there you go. That
That's
makes
why
sense.
it's 2IC of research. Well done, Julian. And I've caught up with the comments, and it's only 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
Yes, we've done well. So, Gary, have you finished staring at your paladin? admiring it.
No, I'm trying to super glue some parts together, and well, under the Trade Descriptions Act, how they call this super glue, I do not know because it's not stuck anything yet.
Yeah, I had that problem with that resin figure. You know the German World War I German crossing the trench that you did.
Yeah. Well, the
So I
flamethrower.
had the same problem with that. I can't get the piece. Yeah, I can't get the pieces to stick together.
Yeah, this isn't sticking at all.
Maybe
Yeah.
they call it super glue in the same sense of
Penny.
supermarine, as in over, but not effective.
Penny says, probably a daft question, but can I paint over varnish? I'm painting a bus and the painted wood isn't level. So I'm thinking of finally sanding it, pop a layer of gloss varnish, lightly sand it, and paint it. Yeah, as long as you lightly sand it afterwards, it should be fine. I imagine.
Depends. Well, what brand of paint are you using, Penny?
I think Penny uses Vallejo mostly.
Vallejo.
Vallejo. I like Vallejo. I use Vallejo a lot.
It's good. Great range of.
Yeah, I didn't get on with it when I used some Vallejo Model Air the other day, and I didn't get on with it. But somebody did say I might have. I didn't need to thin it, so maybe if I made a rod for my own back there.
Possibly. Oh, pardon me.
So I'm going to have another go with it without thinning it.
Steve's Gaming says, hi guys, I hope you're all well. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Steve.
Back to the channel.
Hi, Steve.
June says, and I've caught up with the comment, Penny, Sonic, Steve's, and this one. Yes. Jim says, hello, Steve. Glad you're here, mate. Penny says, okay, cheers. I'm using ochre paint. Ooh, for
Ochre.
this project. Black Hat says, yes, it just needs a surface the paint can bind to, Penny. There we go.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with ochre. I haven't used it.
Penny says, for scale molds, I use AK 3rd Gen, and for figures, use Army Painter Fanatics. Nice. I can't afford Army Painters. I'm too poor. What can I do?
Da-da-dum.
I need slightly lighter green. So, I'm gonna.
Right.
I think I'll add some camouflage green.
Well,
That's bizarre.
Joe, I thought you weren't doing anything, Gary. You are. I can see you're actually working on a little tiny piece. You're just doing it slightly off screen.
Sorry,
You just look like your hands are sat still at the bottom.
I'm trying to get this super glue to work. This is a new bottle I've just opened.
Penny says, oh, bless you, Mikey. Perhaps Father Christmas will be kind to you this year. Have you been nice all year? I'll try my best. Yeah. In February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 8 months, I've got nearly 500 subscribers and nearly 3,000 watch hours. So I can't have been that bad.
wow.
And the thing is, once you get to 500 subs, you can actually go live from your mobile. You're going to have 500 subscribers to do that.
I've
So
got.
I think it's 50 because I've done
No,
that.
it's 50 to go live from your PC. It's 500 to go live from a mobile whilst you're out and about.
But I've done that on my channel.
Hmm.
I think it's 50.
I don't know.
Why
Let's not
make it
fall out.
all like that?
I'm not
It's the way we make
having
it.
a debate.
We don't fall out.
We fall in.
Tallest on the right, shortest on the left.
Yeah. I've got 143 watch hours I need to get, and another 40.
L
No.
D.
Wow. Super glue that doesn't glue.
Oh, another 26 subs.
Wow.
All right, I'm getting closer. Slowly. Slowly. Slowly, catchy monkey.
Right. Now,
Left.
Terry Great Green. Got that one. Great black. Where's black gone? There we are. I'm just going to launch in and paint these instead of airbrush them later on because I want to
You
get
do
started.
that.
Really.
You do that.
It'll take a while because they're airbrush thinned for airbrush, so they need about 5 coats. But I could do that. I've got nothing but time.
What's that?
Also,
Just this stuff. Below
That's the one I had trouble with the other day.
Oh yes.
The Model Air, yeah.
this guy here, Crystal Modeler, right,
Hmm.
Yeah.
on Instagram, it was his 18th birthday yesterday. So happy birthday yesterday,
Oh,
Joe.
happy birthday, mate.
Yeah.
He had a great day out in London with his family, going to all the
Cool.
museums,
See?
and science museums and everything.
It's possible to have a great day in London, Mikey.
Yeah.
I
See?
won't be going there.
Dissing. So he's now done all the pubs in London because he was 18 yesterday.
He's done the circular.
You can have a good day out in London. Yeah, Model Air. So you use Model Air then?
John, remember John? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black Cat says, Gary, have you got a CA kicker? Maybe the CA you are using isn't curing correctly.
Yeah, I think. Oh no, that bit's stuck. Now this bit is stuck.
You're just being
on here.
impatient, aren't you?
This bit I've just put on here has stuck.
You're just being impatient. That's what it is.
So I'm only using this glue at the moment because this was part of my 60th birthday present from my daughter. I had 60 gifts.
Wow.
One of which was 2 tubes of super glue from the pound shop, which is probably explains why it's not sticking. But I will be getting some super glue at Telford.
Julian says, Mikey, judging nice level by subscriber numbers is false logic. You could have a load of us. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
Better off painting that separately.
Yeah, I tried to be nice. I try not to be a complete ass. I know it can be at times, but so can we all. Ian says, kettle's boiled. Who's having a brew? Hello, everyone. Hello, Ian.
Milk and 2.
Yeah, I've got my special sippy cup.
A knock.
Steve says, the wife said to me the other day, I'm glad you quit modelling. The house no longer constantly stinks of glue and paint. That's called open windows and air freshener.
Yeah.
June says, I dropped my ice cream the first time I was in London. No, that is not a euphemism. You filthy lot. Sonic says, 2 and a coup. Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That obviously means something to someone.
Yeah.
It's just Scottish way of saying milk and 2.
I used some of this primer the other day, and I thinned it with 3G thinners, and I had rather a lot left over, and it went down beautifully. So I've now got a little bottle of AK primer that I'm going to use in a minute.
Cool.
Okay.
Must admit, one of the best purchases I ever bought were these little squeezy bottles off of a well-known Chinese. I've got hundreds of them, and if you do your own little mix, like I've got a brass mix that I made up myself,
Yeah.
you just keep them in those little bottles, and you can use them forever.
You got
But the problem with these bottles is, if you overdo it, you can't get the paint back in the bottle.
yeah.
Well, that is true. But if you do it, you can do it by drop.
Yeah, I used to do it by drop. I used to buy packs of 100 droppers and do it by Mark 1 eyeball now, and then use if there's any left, pour it into a.
Coo juice is milk. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Go juice.
Dominic says,
Dutch.
good afternoon. Primer is always a discussion.
Oh yes, Dominique.
Sure is.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
and I have some views on primer, especially that styrene, Stynal Red stuff.
Torres? Mm.
Yeah.
I've not used it myself.
That probably would have glued that thing on there rather than primed it. God,
You might sometimes, Gary. I think you're better off with resin stuff using UV resin,
Yeah,
considering you can get it quite cheap now anyway. Julian says, I'm guessing Q is cow, Sonic, and cows give milk. Makes sense.
Yep.
And he says, gotcha. I was just typing that, Sonic. There we go.
Ah.
So, who is thinking of coming up on the panel in a bit? It'd be nice to have some new people come up for a change.
well, me obviously for a start.
Yes, you're here.
I'm always happy to jump down if more than 2 people want to jump up.
That's very kind of you. Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
Ooh. Dominique says he might.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Just gotta make sure
All the way
everyone can get. Go on.
no, I was going to say, all the way from the Netherlands. So right now we've got viewers in New Zealand, Australia,
Tasmania.
Netherlands. Well, Australia. Yeah, so Tasmania, New South Wales, Queensland. Yeah, probably name all of them. But yeah, I mean, I'm always astounded by how global this is. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Saying
such
Tasmania is part of Australia is like saying, I don't know, Bristol's part of Wales.
Yeah.
Just want a decent picture of a paladin.
I dare to go to Anglesey and tell them that they're part of North Wales.
What do they
Even
think
though
they're part of?
North
We could have shortened that sentence completely and said, I dare you to go to Anglesey.
Wales.
Apologies for all our viewers from Anglesey.
To be fair, there was a certain Australian who is not very popular in the UK anymore, who went to buy a
Me?
house in. He went to buy a house in Anglesey a couple of years ago, and the local said, "If you buy a house here, we will burn it down before you even move in." So we suggest you don't move to the island. So
Right.
he didn't.
And I hear on good authority they tanned his hide when he died, Clyde.
Black Cat said, "I'd have to put pants on, so I'm out." Frank says, "And Tokyo." Oh yeah, we got Tokyo as well. We
Oh,
really
we
are
got Tokyo.
international now. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, Julian
Incredible.
says, "Best not. I have visitors." Sonic says, "Pants don't want to know why your cam is that low down." Black Hat says, "Haha, Sonic." Dominic says, "I can't find the link. We haven't put it up yet. That's why, mate."
Yeah.
On Fridays, we don't always do it right at the beginning. Because what
Jesus
tends to
Christ.
happen is it gets swamped and people can't get a word in edgeways and things like that. So we have a nice calm bit at the beginning to just to help everyone wake up.
Wake up. Bloody hell.
Yes, Gary, we would like you to wake up.
I have to get the old
Why can I hear singing, modders?
yeah, and it was modders, not telling, honest.
yeah.
I wasn't singing, I was humming to myself.
I happen
And not any particular song, so
I happen to know that modders has got quite a good singing voice.
it's not that good.
Yeah.
He was singing earlier before we went live, and it was quite good.
It was.
Sonic says, certain Aussie, can you tell us who it is?
Can you guess who it is yet?
Yeah, that's what he means. Can you guess what it is yet? He knows exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Was.
Julie says, so that's 4 continents covered: Europe, Australia, Asia, and the Americas. Any more? Yeah. I don't think we're going to get the Arctic and the Antarctica, although that'd be cool as well.
The mask back on.
Julie says 3 if you say Australasia. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Australia's. We love you, amen.
Oh man. Another tube.
Well, one. No, we won't go any further with that one. Stop it. It's getting silly.
Settle down. Settle down.
Settle down, lovely boys.
Roll.
Lovely boys. It is Friday. Who is allowed a beer?
Just a one mind. We lost subscribers then. Oh, I'm joking.
Oops.
We lost viewers. So, other than the usual suspects, if you haven't comments, do say hi if you're new to the channel. We're a friendly bunch, as you can probably see.
Don't bite. And if you want to ask a question, we haven't got an answer.
Then that's
We'll
just
make
unlucky.
one up.
I got my ham out. Who were misses? No, I haven't.
Surprise, we have Alaska.
A what?
What?
Alaska.
Alaska.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
We do.
That's
Modeling
cool.
man, you have a nice.
Wow.
Very welcome.
That was so-
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
That's cool.
Sonic says Eurasia. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dorkosaurus says, good morning, afternoon, good peoples. Coffee time. Hello, Dorkosaurus. Nice to have you with us. Still love that name as well, and the picture. Such a cute dinosaur.
Well, if I didn't have a
Jim says,
paintbrush in my
Alaska,
mouth, I
hello.
was going to say the same thing.
Oh, goodness sake, keeps jumping. Sonic says, ask her then, Tiff. Okay. Kieran says, morning, everyone. Good morning, Kieran.
Morning,
Mollyman
Kieran.
99 says, I'm at the Ailson Air Force Base. Nice.
Oh, all right. Wow.
Jim says, hey, Dork, where you been? Glad you're here. Molly Man says, 12 guys watching from here. Really?
12 guys.
12?
Well, I hope you haven't, been sent there because you murdered people in, the other states or whatever. But tell me you don't empty the shitters on C-17s up there.
Well, that was a weird conversation. It took a very strange.
It's always been a
turn.
meme. Like, yeah. So there was a joke. It was like, yeah. So I met a guy in the Middle East, and he was saying, I used to be posted to, I think, Elmendorf, and one of the jobs he was doing was servicing aircraft toilets and all that sort of stuff like that. And he got in trouble one day, and his boss was yelling and screaming, "I'm going to have you posted, and we're going to get you to do like shit jobs." And he said, "I'm already emptying shitters in the middle of winter in Alaska. Like, what else can you do to me?" And I'd have thought, yeah, fair enough.
Going dog shit out of circle.
But that's very cool. Modeling Man, 1999. It's fantastic. You've tuned into this. Sorry, you probably need subtitles for an Aussie though.
I assume, and you should never assume in this game, I know that. I assume that you're serving personnel.
Here we go. If you let me get through the comments, you'll find out.
Oh, I should be faced it.
If we start counting by tectonic plates, I'm going home, Sonic. Thinks sod I already am. That's torn it. Black Cat says 12 guys and nothing sus. Jim says, "Come on, folks, you don't want to see me again." Yeah, the more people we can have on, the better. Sonic says, "Thinking is dangerous though, Julian." And Modeling Man says, "We are the support for the 354th Fighter Wing." Nice.
Wow.
Oh.
How cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We hope we.
And you are so welcome.
I've actually crawled around one of your planes. So you guys came to visit us with your F-16s, your aggressors, and one of them broke big time. So it was in our hangar for quite a while. And it was I've never been near one before.
Fixing it?
I don't fix them.
Not anymore, you don't.
No, we had the Hornets, so we were different. But the guys were very welcome, and they were really good company. A lot of them were civilians.
Yeah, I liked working with Americans sometimes. They were funny, and they had lots of great food.
Oh, here's it. Yeah, again, it comes up every so often. A picture of me when I was in the forces.
Oh God. And for our Alaskan friends, do you want to go to your other camera so they can see why the Steve Martin joke's funny?
Sure.
Hurry up, John. You're actually going to have to wear a fake mustache one day,
Yeah.
Yeah, and talk about hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Yeah. Dorkosaurus says, "Hi, Jim. I've been watching. Just don't always say hi, and sometimes I'm not awake yet." That's not a problem. We appreciate your viewing us. Well, viewing the stream. Yeah. Viewing us sounds really creepy. It sounds like Duke Wellington filming people whilst they sleep, kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Tip says, "Ask who, what, Sonic?" Hey. Junior says, "Mikey, my guess is your live stream is an Aussie Pub TV. Is on an Aussie Pub TV." Oh, possibly.
Stranger things could happen.
In an Alaskan pub.
Yeah. Well, an Alaskan crew room, I reckon we're in.
Well, I don't know.
That makes sense.
And they've got all the things they could possibly watch, and they watch 3 old veterans farting about with bits of plastic, and the gorgeous modmin trying to keep us under control.
Well, they have very long nights in Alaska.
Yeah, 6 months worth.
Yeah. Julian says, "Morning, Kieran," and he says, "Hi, Modeling Man and Dorkosaurus." Black Hat says, "Looks legit, John." The picture of Steve Martin. I sent some stickers to John, and I did actually address it to Steve Martin.
He did. It was on the envelope, and so
and it made
it made it. Yeah. For your information, Mikey, Duke was sent his sticker today.
Excellent.
And
at this rate, I'm going to have to send you some more. So you could be my.
You got a couple of Hercules beer coasters in the mail as well.
Ooh.
Whether you want them or not.
Yeah, well, it serves as packaging for the sticker, if nothing else.
That sounds cool. I like the Hercules.
Oh,
I'm getting
Hint,
one at
hint.
Telford.
Hint.
oh, okay.
I couldn't.
You are so lucky. You are so lucky that when you told me to choose our next build for the 3 Veterans Creates,
Yes.
I didn't choose the Hercules.
Well, we'd have been a bit stuck because I haven't got space to put a built Hercules.
Yeah, but you said it was my choice.
I know, but there has to be limits. Like, is it going to take up half of my room? Jim says, Sonic, Scott, that's an Abbott and Costello comedy routine. Alaska, what?
Who's on first?
Alaska, yeah, got you. Duke says, good day, Dorker and modelling. Duke says, my job is not creepy. Oh, yes, it is.
Who's on
Yeah,
first?
you literally film people whilst they sleep. That's sort of like a horror movie type thing. Sounds like there should be lots of jump scares in there. Sonic says, Jim, at least you got the joke. And Kieran says, morning, Julian. Jim says, hello, Kieran. Duke says, I can't wait to get them, John. Thank you very much.
Can't believe.
Talking of mustaches, any of you fellas doing Movember? Us and Oz friends, Movember is a UK cancer charity thing sponsored to have a mustache for November. Yes, for male prostate cancer, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was
But, as my name suggests,
yeah.
I sort of consider that amateur beard month.
So yeah, we have Movember here as well, and have had for many years. I hadn't considered it. I completely forgot until you mentioned it just now. Now I have to consider it. Damn it!
You should grow a mustache.
I used to have a mustache.
Yeah, grow one.
But it made me look a lot older than I actually am.
Yes,
Don't
you are the
start, Mikey.
So Duke,
You had a proper
these are in the
Ron
mail
Jeremy,
as
didn't you?
well. So 2
Proper
coasters.
Ron
One's
Jeremy, yeah.
37's called
Oh,
on
I love
25th anniversary. J Model Ops, and the other one is the 70th anniversary of the first YC-130 flight. So two coasters.
Oh,
Hooray.
lovely.
Yeah.
See, if I could collect stuff like that, I think I'd put them on a board and put them on a frame on the wall.
Well, I'll hand you one in Telford next weekend.
Next
Yeah,
weekend.
when Paul comes in.
When Paul comes over.
Well, Kerry Ann's here.
Oh, hello, Kerry Ann. Hello. How are you, sister? Good.
Yeah.
Kieran says, hi, Jim. And hi, Duke. And Jim, not the Who's on skit. Laugh out loud. Brian says, I slept such a small cut, so much blood. Oh, dude. Don't do a peach and pull your pants down on camera.
Yeah. Things you thought you'd never see.
Things you thought you'd never say.
An ex-member of the Royal Navy dropping his trolleys live on air, super gluing his cut back together.
Yes. Duke says, good day, Brian, super glue. Brian says, good idea. Well, super glue was designed to join skin wounds, wasn't it?
It certainly wasn't designed to join resin. Benji, shut up.
Duke says, that's right, Mikey. Dad had prostate cancer, so I have a mustache. There you go.
Oh,
Kerry Ann wants to know
Let's
if it's
all
finished
grow
yet.
mustaches.
I did have a fake Freddie Mercury mustache.
Was that to
Someone's
replace
thrown
your
it-
porn star patch?
Someone's thrown it away, yeah.
Columbus says, in New Zealand, Movember is focusing on male mental health. There we go. Are you going to grow a tash for it, though, Callum? Dorksaur says, I might go watch the Blue Angels tomorrow. I haven't been to an NAS Pensacola in a while. Back when I was still surveying, we did the entire runway. Cool.
wow.
Sonic says Navy
Nice.
dropping their keks. Never. And Black Hat says, Gary, breathe on the parts as you hold them together. The warm moisture in your breath will kickstart the glue.
Ooh. So not only will I be wearing a silly mask and goggles and all that, now you want me to go,
Yes,
So does that mean we're going to have a heavy breather on the show?
yeah.
that's right.
So
Super
not only
glue
did he
is
have a porn star,
necrophoric.
not only did he have a porn star Tash, but he's going to sound like a sex offender. Columbus says, Mikey, I already have a Tash. Junior says, breathe on your parts. Oh, the parts. Beg pardon.
The
Black Hat
parts.
says- Black Hat says, just don't go tits up, mate.
Titsu.
Sonic says, oh, mate. Oh. Dog Sword says, Dog Sword says, got to meet one of the pilots and touch a plane. I was sitting outside waiting for repairs. Oh, it was sat outside.
Why? What was wrong with you?
I don't think you were sat.
It was sitting outside waiting for repairs. I thought you said I was sitting outside waiting for repairs. I thought, what
I
wrong with you?
did. I read it wrong.
Oh, well, there you go. Do you know what? I reckon there's 12 blokes sitting in Alaska thinking, what the hell are we watching here?
E30.
I know, right?
Well, they're probably
Well-
not watching anymore because they're not commenting. So they're probably themselves. This is shit.
And when I
I'd rather
say
go back
blokes,
to being
I
pilots on
mean
planes.
in an all-round kind of way.
Gary Evans says Daft Vader.
Daft Ada.
Daft Vader, he said.
Yeah, Daft Ada.
Duke says, I told my brother about superglue being invented to fix cuts. He was a butcher. He told a worker about it. One day he heard a scream. He had put it on a wide open cut instead of small slash cut.
Mm.
Brilliant. I used the heat from a cigarette to heal a cut once.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Because I was
whatever.
in Iraq, I cut my hand.
Was it on your body or
It
somebody
wasn't
else's?
on his body, it was on somebody else's.
Oh, it was on my hand, actually. I cut my hand whilst I was working on an engine.
You know, one of
I
the
just went,
worst.
I didn't have any plasters because we didn't have a first aid kit, so I wasn't going to stick a field dressing on it. So I just toked on a cigarette, and so that it was as hot as possible, and used the heat to melt the skin.
39 years ago, before I gave up smoking, one of the worst feeling of pain I ever had was when you got your cigarette and you go to take it out your mouth and it sticks to your lips and your fingers run down the cigarette and then burn on the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christ, that hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And then you try to pretend it didn't happen, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing to see here. This orifice isn't big enough.
Especially if you're one of those that smokes with a cigarette right down in the web of your fingers.
Yeah. There's a lot.
All right, I'll bite. Which orifice are you talking about? You're talking about where the turret fits in the
Yeah.
paladin?
No, where the sorry, I can't get the. Oh God. Getting this and into said.
Oh,
So I've got to do some. It doesn't quite. Oh, hang on, it's going. Oh, it's gone.
hey.
Hey.
Well, my old boots and call me Jasper.
E6.
You,
Where's E6?
I'm chuffed with that. Look at that.
We can't, it's off
3D
camera.
printed. 3D printed.
Nice.
That's cool.
What you should do, Gary, is print a few of them off and send them out as Christmas presents. Send them to like Malcolm and that as Christmas presents.
Or I could print them off, and give it to Malcolm at Telford for Christmas.
You could wrap it up in Christmas paper and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's an hour gone already.
Only on the condition that he paints the underside of it.
No.
As we know, Malcolm Charles, Grand Fromage, the
That'll
numero
never-
uno, the leader of Models for Heroes, does not paint the underside of his tanks.
He thinks it's a complete
Right.
waste of paint.
Guys. We've got some more information on the Alaska lot.
Oh, tell me more. Tell me more.
I'll get through the comments and I'll get to it. Right. Black Cat says, it probably sounds like a good night out to someone living in Alaska. Yeah. Oh, God, that's scary. That'll put them off. Sonic says, Dogsaurus would be funny if you got plane and pilots mixed up in that sentence. Yeah, you got to touch your pilots. Jimmy says, just as well.
They love
If
it.
it was your part, you'd hurt yourself. Dogsaurus says, Lal, I did shake his hand, DJ. Sonic says, glad you said hand. Okay. So apparently they're still watching. 3 of us there do modeling and they're trying to get the others interested. So dudes, make it look interesting. Okay, we shall do our best.
Okay.
If you like, we're going to put the link up in a second. If you want to come up and say hi to everyone, you are more than welcome.
Unless you're,
It'd be nice to have you with us.
obviously, if you're working, look at that. That looks so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so
Whatever you do,
chuffed with
don't
that.
piss off your sergeant. Come on. Jim says, speaking of painting the underside of AFVs, go to Mikey's Discord for how to do it. Yes. Jim painted the underside of his AFV. Malcolm will not be amused.
Yeah. There will be removal of
Quite like
hobnobs.
Yes, there'll be no hobnob privileges.
Oh, bloody hell. You know that glue that wouldn't stick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something now.
Did you take the lid off it?
No. This is the part it wouldn't stick,
The lid's
right?
Yes.
It's now stuck to the cutting mat.
Ah,
What the-
Oh, you
I've got it off.
Do you feel like a little bit of a dickhead now?
I feel like quite a lot of a dickhead, but then I generally do. So I reckon I can put this M109 into primer later on.
Very good. Jim says, speaking of painting the inside of AFVs, go to my... Oh, yep, sorry, just read that one.
Yeah.
Sonic says, modelling or dirty jokes, I'm sure it ticks all the boxes.
mm.
I hope so. But we've gone from 20 viewers down to 14, so maybe not. Black Hat says, tell the other guys that chicks dig scale modelers. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why us 3 are all married. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we make
The
scale
supermodels. We are married to
Yeah.
supermodels.
Well,
Yeah.
we're certainly married to lovely women, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just a
let's have
message
some
for
new
the guys.
people up here.
Just a message for the guys in Alaska. We do another stream on a Thursday where we do
Yes.
3 veterans tackle a whatever build we're doing. We're just finishing off doing a locomotive, British locomotive, but in a couple of weeks on a Thursday at 11 o'clock UK time, we will be starting. Go back to my
It's upside
overhead.
down, girls.
Hey, I'm going back to my
Upside
other
down.
camera. I'm going back to my other camera. We will be starting this.
Yes.
I've
got mine. It's on a
Which we-
shelf. I'm not getting them.
Yeah,
That's
we-
forgetting.
Yeah.
building over a series live on air, much like we're doing now. So,
Yes.
if you're ever around or you've got the time, you're welcome to jump on the stream.
Yeah. The link is up. If you want to come and say hello, feel free.
And for the guys in Alaska, if it makes you feel any better, that Gary, Chair Force 1, and myself, ex Air Force, he was RAF, I was Royal Australian Air Force. So
Yes,
I
he was in the posh Air Force, the RAF.
The raw.
RAF.
The RAF.
We were in the RAF. Oh,
So yes.
yes.
Yeah.
We fixed them. I tried to stop them crashing into each other.
Yeah. So yeah, Gary was air traffic control, and I was an avionics technician. A booger, I think you call them over there.
I was army, so but I was a vehicle mechanic. That was my trade.
Yeah.
I'm definitely chuffed with this. Definitely.
Do you know that's actually my civilian trade as well?
What?
I am actually a qualified civilian mechanic.
I was a
Yeah,
qualified trainer and assessor and internal verifier. Whoa. Oh,
Hello,
Sonic's in.
Hello.
Hello.
Rick.
There
Sonic
goes
will
the
shot to 20 again.
Dun-dun-dun.
Julie says, PMSL, Gary, just like Velcro, sticks to what it's not supposed to and what it,
I know.
not what it is.
Crazy. Crazy.
Julie says,
Don't
hopefully
worry.
it won't be a right fucker to build. Yeah, hopefully it won't be like the beer barrel Spitfire.
No. I think it'd be good.
Although I will say in the beer barrel Spitfire's defense, once we got rid of the rocker covers, it was fine.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
The
We've got our
Fokker will
resident
be
Jeep
my
Flagger.
first. Oi,
Hello.
g'day, Callum.
Callum!
Hey, what up?
What up,
How's the
indeed?
Velcro mittens today?
Oh, Callum.
How's the Velcro mittens today, Callum?
I didn't have them today, so hence why I'm by myself.
Cool. Right.
Awesome.
I'm going to mix up some primer.
Well,
So, Callum, do you agree with me that November is Amateur Beard Month?
Yes. It's for those. It's for the guys who can't grow a beard normally to try, have a go.
give it a
For
give it a
those, the
crack.
weight of manliness is too much.
I mean, I haven't been clean shaven in 10 years now. Not a single day.
I was a
At this
kid.
point, it's just a record. Now I don't want to shave it just because it's just an ongoing thing.
Well, this thing,
And also,
I was clean. I had to have a clean shaven at the beginning of the pandemic, because I was in the ambulance service and we had to wear respirators and stuff. But after that, I did it once. I just went, yeah, I'm not doing it again. I don't like it. So now I just trim it every few months.
Yeah. Challenge accepted. I'll grow a mo.
Yeah,
I'll put details of that on the for
that's good.
Movember.com.au on the Discord later on when I get around to it tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm sure Bron will love you for it.
Oh well, it's not the first time. But, yeah, she tolerates it.
To be fair, Bron
Tolerates
tolerates a
me.
lot with
So much.
you. Julian says, hopefully it won't be a right fucker. Yeah. Julian says, Oi Sonic, that was the USA salute, not UK. Correct. Black Hat, Callum was lurking. He was. He does a lot of that. Sonic, especially in sheep pens. Sonic, urban camo is more American thing than British. Thought it was more fitting, Julian. That's true.
Do you need me to mute while I've got my spray booth on?
Hardly hear it.
Please do. I can't hear it, but if you want to, then feel free. Julian says, there was once a suggestion to have beard ember. Never happened. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The weight of manliness is just too much for some people. Julian says, I posted a pic of me with a mustache on Discord. Excellent. I look forward to seeing it. Duke says, it takes me 6 months to grow a 5 o'clock shadow.
Fair enough.
When we used to do, our battalion used to do the director staff for an international military exercise called Cambrian Patrol. It's like a military competition thing.
Mm-hmm.
And myself and our sergeant major used to always be play Agent 1 on it, which was a set stand where we had to give him information and stuff. And part of it was that the agents had to look like they'd been living in the hills for months. So they had to have beards and things. And my sergeant major used to get rather annoyed with me because I could grow a beard very quickly in the few weeks leading up to it, whereas he had to start like 3 months before, 3-4 months before it, just to get some stubble. Penny says, mind if I pop on and say hello after I've fed the cat? You are more than
That'd
welcome.
be great.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll happily jump down so you can jump up. It's fine.
I was going to say the same.
Lovely
Right.
people on here. Absolutely lovely people.
See, Mikey, I'm only lurking on this week because I won't be around for next week's live stream. So
You're going to be in Canberra.
sure am. So
Sorry,
this
look-
time next week, I'm going to be hanging out with the boys and absolutely hammered.
Yeah, I really should go. Bron's,
Then you can take a selfie with Callum.
I know. So Bron's saying, you can go. Like, yeah, we're seeing a show on the Saturday night in Sydney, but she said, you can drive down Sunday. Yeah, you're right. It's what is it?
Penny says, how many
About
slots
4
do you have?
hours south.
Penny says, how many slots do you have? We have 6, but we've got people that are willing to drop down and things. So,
Yeah, I'll drop down. Like I said, I don't mind.
So Modders is happy to drop down if you want to come on. It'd be nice to see a new face on.
Yeah, I get sick of my face all the time.
No, no, really. You really use your show your face. It's just your picture.
Black Hat says he'll be in Canberra as well.
Really? I should go then.
Yeah.
Oh, so Callum's not good enough for you.
I mean, if he wants to jump on, and I'll jump off and let him on.
Penny says, okay, I'll come on another time. I don't like seeing people drop. No, seriously, Penny.
No,
Modders is here to fill. She comes on to fill a space rather than to do any modelling. So she's more than happy to drop off because, like I said, she's here to create conversation and help create conversation and things and fill the screen.
Even though most of the time I'm quite quiet.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm
Please do come on because we really would love to have you on. It's been really nice talking to you in Discord and everything. Please don't feel you're forcing other people off because you're not. That's my job. No. Julian says, I think StreamYard allows up to 8, although bandwidth is probably an issue too. No, 6 on the free account.
Yeah, so on the free it's 6, on the paid for it's 10.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm not paying for it.
How much is that?
It's like what?
A month now.
Yeah.
It goes up to like corporate fees, £35 a month,
Yeah.
$70 odd Australian a month. Man,
40 quid a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to have the extra 10 spaces, a little bit of extra memory, and dark mode, but we've already got dark mode.
Yes.
You know, you could set up like a channel membership, like a GoFundMe or something. No, what do you call it? On some of the channels today, especially I've noticed for the one that demonetized, they set up a different thing so people can still send them money and buy me a beer or something like that.
Yeah, well, I've got
There's
Patreon
like-
and stuff. I just don't. Yeah, I've got Patreon and stuff. I just don't advertise it. But what I'm hoping to do is so that I can, actually, buy kits and stuff like that for the shows if I need to. Especially the 3 veterans one, because the 3 veterans ones, because it's one of us who picks the kit for the whole project. So we pick what the other 2 people are going to be doing. We don't always have the same kit in our stash, so we have to go out and buy the kit that the other person's chosen. So stuff like that would help. Yeah. So like if we had enough memberships, one of us could pick a kit. Like if John picked a kit, I could buy 2 kits and send one to Gary to make it easier for him. So yeah. So if we can get up to 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, which we're really close to, then I can start doing memberships and hopefully get enough memberships that I can start doing stuff like So that'd be cool.
Membership
Penny says,
would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we were discussing it with Mikey, and I said like people are probably more willing to buy memberships for the channel than they are to send money to a Patreon or whatever.
Yeah. Julian says, thanks, Tiff and Mikey. £40 a month for an extra 4 spaces. Stuff that for a game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That and being allowed to use backgrounds and put your own logo on. I mean, it would be nice to be able to put my own logo on, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about a logo.
No.
I've got it on everything else. I've even got it on my coffee cup.
I completely missed that last part of that because I just realised the sound just went. And I thought everybody stopped talking for some reason. And I seen Tiff's thing still moving. Just realised I kicked my hi-fi by accident. It's completely changed the setting on it, and all the audio just went.
All right.
Steve says, sorry, have to go. It's been nice seeing you again. See you next time. Bye. See you later.
Cheers, Steve.
Catch you,
Have a good
Steve.
weekend, mate. Do you know what? I'm really liking how this camouflage green is settling on this malachite green. See, it just looks like highlight. Even though it's a completely different green.
Remind me which brand malachite green you're working with? That's the British Rail one?
Wooden Rail malachite from Rail Match.
Rail Match.
It's called
right.
Rail Match Authentic Colour. It's made by HMG Paints. House Models, there we go. So HOWES Models Limited.
Nice.
Yeah. Settling really nice.
Oh.
Julian is saying, take care, Steve. So, Callum, what are you working on? Are you still working on your ships?
Yep, I've just finished actually. So on the weekend, I got the Shiratsu fully finished. So tiny little
Nice.
destroyer,
Oh, wow.
fully rigged. Don't know if you can see that. I can barely see it, but it's got full rigging lines through the middle there. So that's fully done, but I'm not going to do any more work on that. I was just doing a little bit of pre-shading on the Focke-Wulf tonight, and then the compressor decided to overheat itself. So
Oh,
I can get like 10 minutes of airbrushing out of it at the moment. But at the moment, I'm just getting everything sorted out for the Canberra trip. So currently, I am measuring up this.
Ooh.
So on the weekend, I can get a carry box sorted out for it.
nice.
So I'll be entering this into the 35th scale military vehicles and the Special Commonwealth competition as well.
That's cool, man.
Gary, can you just leave your camera there a minute, Callum?
Yep.
Gary, can you hear us?
Yeah.
That's the size of the
Oh,
tadpole that
wow.
we made.
Excuse me while I have a moment quietly to myself.
That's 135 scale.
Oh, lippin' heck.
Yeah,
How long
takes
is it,
up a
Callum?
little bit of room.
That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
We were going to do the MHAR one, which is the cheaper version.
like
said,
it.
we've got.
I like that a lot.
Well, we can do that for one of the group bills, one of the 3 veterans bills.
Yeah. Put it on the list.
You all right with that, John?
Why not?
There we go.
So this is the so
This
Gary,
is
this is
one-
the TACOM one. Both the sponsons have full interior, so like the cannons themselves have about 12 parts to them inside.
Oh, wow.
So if you wanted to, if you had the door open, you could see everything inside here and on both sides.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I'm really interested in that.
So
Don't
is it
think they
TACOM one, did you say?
Yeah, so this is the TACOM.
Yeah.
They call it the Mark IV tadpole,
Yeah.
but my research has only said the Mark V was ever converted to a tadpole. So, but yeah.
Ooh, now,
Yeah.
now,
Now,
then.
yeah, now, then, now, then.
Now then.
I built their attack on Mark IV as a hermaphrodite, so male on one side, female on the other.
The ones that were adapted were actually the Mark IVs, the ones that were used for the trials. Then they sent the tails over that were capable of being put on a Mark IV or Mark V.
There you go.
But they sent them over to Erin in France, which was the main tank workshop for the British Expeditionary Forces. And the crews just went, yeah, we don't want them on our tanks.
Uh-huh.
They just
So
absolutely
they never
did not
actually
work.
put them on. Yeah. Well, apparently they're actually really good for crossing trenches and going in straight lines. But when they tried to turn, they would flex. The horns would flex
Ooh,
because they
Sounds
weren't very well
dodgy.
reinforced.
that tracks. Boom, boom.
Mm. Ha ha ha. So yeah.
So I have primed my little 3D print.
Excellent.
So yeah, quite chuffed with that.
Kieran
That's very
says,
cool.
How's was my local model shop when I was growing up? I assume it's the same company, although they predominantly rail and RC stuff now. Yes. Yeah, they do real colour for trains. I'll bring you up in a sec, Penny. Just going to read this comment. Julian says, regarding compressors, is overheating a problem? Just thinking if when I get an airbrush, I might point a desk fan at the compressor or design cooling vanes, a heatsink for it.
If you get a compressor with a tank,
yeah,
that helps with overheating, because if you get a compressor without a tank, you've got to imagine that the compressor's going all the time, and they do get very, very hot.
Yeah,
I used to have one without a tank, and to be honest, it was a whole new world when I got the one I've got now, which has got the tank on.
Well, I've actually got to replace mine because mine is literally on its last legs. I have to have both covers taken off so I can have access to the fan. Just because occasionally it try and turn itself on, but it won't kick itself over, and you have to, a bit like World War I biplanes. You got to start the prop. I got to do the same thing. So yeah. So with it being overheating and all of that, it's just it's. I think I can hear it begging for death when I turn it on. It's like, please, no more misery.
Another thing you got to remember to do as well is, if you got one with a tank, is make sure you drain it regularly, because otherwise you get build up in there from the moisture in the air, and then it starts corroding, and then your compressor explodes.
Yes, you don't want a compressor exploding.
No, lots of shrapnel. But we're going to bring Penny on now that she's finished rolling a fag.
Hello, how are we?
How are you? You all right?
Hello, Penny.
Yeah, it's nice to make an appearance. Nice for me to be able to test my my laptop as well, because my PC's broken a little bit, so I can't get the Wi-Fi working.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Right.
Yeah.
Girl, it's always good to have a new face up the panel anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, say again.
It's always nice to have a new face
turn your
on the
mic up a
panel.
little bit. Talk, Penny.
How's that? 1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
much
5.
better.
Okay, I've just turned mine up as well.
There you go. I've turned you up on the StreamYard as well.
Excellent. It's clever, that StreamYard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, when someone's given it a bit too much
It
of
is.
that, you've just got a little mute button as well, haven't you?
Yeah, comes in handy. You're coming through loud and clear.
Yeah.
On my end, anyway.
I have
Oh, good.
John has his own phrase for when it comes to muting. It's called "Shut the fuck up, John."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, the mute button, Mikey calls the John button,
Yes.
which is really, I don't know, like maybe
How are
I'm
you,
just
Penny?
traumatized by it.
John, shut the fuck
I'm
up.
good. I'm good because I'm kind of doing too much at once, and things are just starting to slow down a bit. And I've got to move house in 2 months, so I've got to find this balance between packing and actually having fun. And allegedly, I'm on holiday.
Well,
So, yeah.
Oh, it's stressful
You
as
should
hell.
drive
That
buses,
finding
don't
the first.
Well, the trouble is, I've become very millennial in that the tiniest things annoy me now. Like Amazon was supposed to deliver something yesterday, and it was supposed to be here by 6 o'clock. It got to 10 o'clock. I'm watching the guy on the tracking, and he got really, really close to my house. And then he gave up and he went back to depot, and it come up on my system. It will now be delivered on the 2nd of November. And I'm like, whoa! And then I suddenly realized, hang on a minute, you're Gen X, you can deal with this.
I want to put that as just like some random thing, man. I think stuff like that would boil anybody's piss, to be honest with you.
It's I don't know if it's my age, my generation, or my character, but generally I just don't care anymore. Things happen. As long as I'm not being ripped off of money, I don't mind. You know, I've been a courier driver before. I've had 100 parcels more than I'm physically able to deliver in a day. And if this guy's been out since 6 a.m. and he's still out on the road at 10 p.m., the poor guy's got to have a rest, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, last night what it was, I think the main thing, and this is going to make you laugh. So I've been working on this base for this figure, and I finished painting the base, and I'm thinking, what will set that off is a tuft. And I bought some tufts, and it was supposed to be here yesterday. And now I can't finish the base because the tufts aren't here.
Yeah.
So I'm wound up over a little tiny piece of grass this big.
Something you could probably make yourself anyway in about 2 minutes.
Oh, if I had the stuff to make it with, I would. But I had a clear out years ago, and I'd kind of stepped away from doing figures because it was just getting too expensive. And so I haven't got a lot of I've got to build that equipment up again. So,
I use sometimes if I haven't got the stuff that I've bought, I use jute, the like twine stuff.
okay.
If you get that, just untwist, tie knots in it. Have about an inch or so, tie a knot in it, cut it below the knot, and then just unravel it all, and then just unpick it all down to the knot, and then you get tweezers, hold it in a pair of tweezers. In fact, I've got some here. So tie a knot in the bottom there, untwist it all so that it's not just down to its strands, it's down to its fibers. Hold it in a pair of tweezers, cut it, and then just put it on. So
Fantastic. That is right up my street as well. I'm very much the kind of person I'll look at something and go, how much? I can make it for cheaper than that.
Yeah. So you split it down to the five. Oh, I don't know if you can see it without lighting.
Yeah, I can see it a little bit. I don't know about the
There
others.
you go.
Bring up on there. There you go.
Focus. There you go. So split it down to the fibers.
Yeah.
Then you just get it in your tweezers. Like that. And then just cut it down.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you've got the size you want rather than the size that manufacturers decided to make.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That is, see, I would much, even if I had all the money in the world, I would still rather make things than buy things. I just think it adds that extra sense of achievement.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did.
Plus,
Are you on Facebook, Penny?
Yes.
If you follow my page, Bearded Veteran Creates, on there, there's photos I did of a Land Rover diorama, and that's how I created the grass on that. That was when I first started scale modeling.
So
Right.
whereabouts in the UK is Penny's pit stop?
I am in, well, I say Glasgow. I'm actually in a place called East Kilbride, but if I say East Kilbride, you'll go, where?
Yeah.
I know roughly where that is. I'm from Glasgow originally.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you'll relate to when I say near Glasgow.
Aye.
Yeah, it's far easier than saying East Kilbride. Can I just say, I hope you know I brushed my hair and put a clean t-shirt on for this.
Just to get all messed up with paints.
I am honoured.
No, I'm actually at a real frustrating moment at the moment because I'm going to show you this. I'm going into show off mode. So I've been trying to paint this bus, and I've tried everything.
That's an omnibus.
It is.
It's
It's a B-type bus. But I've yes.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing, but I had a little bit of an attitude of I've done loads of scale models. I know what I'm doing. This will be easy. No, it isn't.
So there's
love to see
wood.
Yeah.
Wood. It's mostly wood. Now, I sat there last night doing this chassis. I can't get it out. So you've got this side bit there. And what you have to do is you have to glue nails into every single one of those holes. And then you have to cut them down and then file them. And I actually enjoyed it because I've had so much frustration. This paint, the first time I used it, obviously, naturally, I thinned it just like you do with model paints. And it was just getting zero coverage.
Yeah.
And then I spent about a week watching lots and lots of videos, and they're just chucking the paint on neat. So I did that last night, and yes, it's given me good coverage, but after 2 coats, the finish isn't great, and it's really picking up the imperfections in the wood, which I actually don't want. I want this to look like painted metal.
Have you tried coating the wood in PVA glue to seal the wood before you?
I actually thought of that. It's not. I don't think it's a problem with the wood. I think the problem. I'm trying to find a. I don't think because I think there we go. So can you see that
the wood tends to soak the paint.
It's more the shape of the wood, which is why I asked the question: can I paint over gloss? Because I thought what I'll do is I'll just take one side at a time. I'll put a nice fat layer of gloss over the top, and then I'll take the top down, and then I'll paint it white with a really thinned white, and then hopefully that'll work. It's and then of course what happens is when you're YouTubing, you then put yourself under so much pressure to get things done on a timetable. So this is why I've worked on the chassis, because then I can just.
Black Hat's just said, Black Hat's just said try coating the wood in diluted PVA. I mean, I that's great for the bare wood. But to be honest with you, Primer's done really well on it. Someone was at one of the panels said that they don't get on with Stylorez.
Me, that was me.
I absolutely love the stuff.
Oh God!
But I hate Vallejo, and a lot of people go Vallejo's awesome. So I don't know why one person loves it and another one doesn't.
Weird, isn't it? I just cannot get Dynalres in whatever form it is. I know a lot of people rebadge it.
Yeah,
I cannot get it to go through an airbrush.
That's strange, that, isn't it? Because I mean, I actually want to come round and beat you up for daring to say something bad about it. That's how much I love it.
Oh, I'd pay good money to see that.
Oh no!
No, I
give him a good bitch slap.
I use it straight out of the bottle into the airbrush.
Bloody hell! How do you manage that?
It's dilute. It's not. It's well. Now, another good primer that I'm starting to get used to is the AK Interactive, but that's thicker.
Yeah.
So you do have to prime it.
Yeah. You see, I've always used the one I get on most. You can't really see in this bottle. It's Mr. Surfacer 1000.
Yeah.
As a primer. And it's really
I'm now starting to use that. I about 6 months ago I went on an airbrushing course. I don't know why. I thought, I'm all right. I won't learn anything. And then I learned a couple of tricks, and I'm like, brilliant. So I think I class myself as an intermediate now rather than beginner. But we were trying out Mr. Paint, Mr. Hobby Paints, and I absolutely loved them. And I bought a bottle, and I came home and I tried it out, and the stench was so bad it gave me an asthma attack the next morning.
Oh, right.
And I've got 2 cats as well, so I'm like, right, okay, I need ventilation. So I custom built my own spray booth. It's got a pull down. It's got a pull down front, and it's got a fan in the back, and I've got it all Alexa controlled. So if I say I'm finished painting, it switches all the lights off and the compressor, but it keeps the fan running for another 30 minutes. So now all I need to do is actually buy some Mr. Hobby Paints and start using them. But I have got myself the I got the wrong one. I got the Mr. Surfing Thingamy Bobby 500.
Yeah, that's quite thick.
Yeah, so then I bought the 1500, and I want to just get some cheap. I've been buying some really cheap, nasty models, not nasty, but cheap models that I can afford to throw away if I bugger them up. And I'm just going to just play with them and just do this, that, and the other. I've got. Do you know I don't see a problem with mission models?
I've never used them, so I couldn't.
Right, so I used mission models when I was figure painting. The only issue I have with mission models is when I like to use this. I'm a little bit funny here. I like to try and use the same paint range. So if I'm starting to use AK Interactive, I want to do the whole project in AK Interactive.
Sure.
Mission models, I'll end up using this bottle of mission models, and I'll need that bottle of something else and something else. So it's and I you know what it's like. Has anyone ever bought an entire paint range? It's not cheap, is it?
No.
So when I see a new paint range, I'm like, switch off.
Yeah. I must admit, I started off with Tamiya acrylics. Well, XF range. They're not really acrylics, but they're hybrid. Then I tried Hataka lacquers, and I've still got some of them. But my go-to paints now are real color, AK real colors.
Yeah.
Just love those paints.
They're good.
And I'm just starting to play around
real
with
color pens. Have you?
Yes. I'm just starting to play around with Model Air, and
I've got real color pens.
Yeah.
Are they as good as everybody makes them out to be?
They are amazing.
Okay, because I've actually been using Sharpies and I can't remember the actual name. I call it a Molotov pen.
Molotov.
Yeah, I've been using them for donkey's years, and Sharpies are absolutely amazing, especially with figure painting. And I think
I did.
But I mean, I've just used conventional Sharpies, just normal everyday Sharpies.
If it'll focus.
Oh, he's showing off Gordon. Oh, it's not. Is it
No,
Gordon?
it's not. It's it is Gordon actually. It's the one that failed.
Let's put Gary on.
I used it as a oh hello. You
Let's
see that
make
sword?
Gordon, let's make Gary big.
You see that sword there?
Yeah.
Nice.
That sword was done.
Penny, he
with
wants you to look at his sword, darling.
You behave yourself. That was done with an AK pen. And in fact, his cape was done with an AK pen. That's olive drab, because I only bought 3 because I'm tight-fisted. And I even used the pen to highlight these bits around here. So they are good. I am getting some.
Penny got a cat.
Yes,
The cat came up.
because they've just been fed. One of them is very nice and comes up and thanks me for breakfast. But she doesn't really like being picked up that much. She loves the fuss. So this is Spirit. This is the young girl,
Gorgeous.
and the other one is a tuxedo male, 2 years old, a little bit chubby and overweight, and he's called Shadow.
Nice.
And do you know what? I got black cats because apparently some people don't like black cats, and I wouldn't have anything else now.
He said she.
Are you,
Yeah,
are you
so
a
that-
contrarian, are you, Penny?
Yeah,
Say
there's a black cat, not black hat. It's just to
Black
make that
cat.
clear.
Sorry, that's my very terrible accent. In Norfolk, we only have about 19 letters in our alphabet.
I've set myself a
Paul,
challenge.
Paul Price has just joined us. Welcome, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul!
Hey,
Welcome.
It
Paul.
says evening. So
I've,
where
Go on.
So 2 seconds, Gary. He's saying evening. So where in the world do you hail from? Because we're on a discussion before about all the countries that are watching at the minute.
I believe Paul is an Aussie.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
that's right.
we're
I believe
we're getting
we've been on.
popular in Austin.
Paul, I believe you've been on. I think Oz Modeler streams. I believe I've had some interaction.
Oh, brilliant.
That's funny.
Right, guys, need to go and make a cup of tea.
Okay.
You shan't be long.
Right.
It's
Right.
quite interesting because normally with Paul Price, we're either both in chat or he's on the panel and I'm in the chat. And this is the first time I've seen it
Yeah.
where I'm actually on the stream and he's in the very, very nice person.
Black Cat. Black Cat says, as an armor modeler, I love the dead matter mission models. Its unique burnishing and chipping properties suit my style of modeling. There we go.
Do you know, I think
Might
that's
have a
the
look at
key word, isn't it? Suits your style of modeling.
Yes.
That maybe that's why some people get on with
Yeah.
Vallejos and some people get on with Badger and this, that, and the other.
It's a common it's a common sort of saying we use on Three Veterans is it's your model, do it how you want.
Do what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've set myself a challenge for Telford. I'm
Oh,
going to paint this, have this all finished for Telford next weekend.
Yeah.
All these people who have challenges for Telford. My challenge is just being able to go.
Well, I'm very fortunate
Yeah.
because I live in Telford.
Yeah, lucky person. No, I
The
booked,
only good thing about living in Telford.
yeah. Well, I booked holiday for it, but just with all the circumstances that are going on, I just can't do it. And if I do get there, I'll probably turn up with about 20 quid in my back pocket, which is not going to get me very far, is it?
No.
Might buy you one beer.
Yeah, if I'm lucky.
What? Do they have beer there?
Yeah.
Yes, there, John. They do have beer there. You were there
Ah.
for all the weekend last year. And
You just didn't
notice
spot
there was a bar.
Bloody how un-Australian.
That's how we know you're not an real Australian. That's how we know you're not a real Aussie because you couldn't smell the beer from a mile away.
The thing is, you were there with Paul, and Paul didn't notice either.
No. But you know. I'll
So
tell you what,
we've got
some of the beers we had
ex-servicemen
there
who
are
didn't
so-
notice the bear.
yeah.
In that, yeah,
Wow.
shocking.
Well,
That
Teddy,
is
he
shocking.
was Air Force. He was
Hey.
Air Force.
Oi, wind your neck in. I will.
What it was is they didn't see that he didn't see the Batman bringing the drinks. That's why he wasn't sure what was going on.
I'll refer you to
Oh,
my
God.
T-shirt.
Which says,
A day without beer wouldn't kill me, but why take the risk?
I do like that. So Gary and I agree on many things, and one of them is Doombar is the best beer in the world.
I would allow you to have that opinion.
I like Doombar,
All right.
but
So-
my favourite
Really not
beer is a
welcome
beer
here.
you can't get up here. It's a Cornish bitter actually. Betty
Yeah?
Scoggins. Betty Scoggins beer.
Betty Scroggins.
Yeah.
did anyone else just hear what John whispered to himself?
Well,
No.
He said he whispered to himself, "Oh, I'm not welcome here anymore."
Doombar I like. I can drink Doombar till it comes out my ears.
Yeah.
I like it. Tribute's nice as well. That's a nice beer.
Oh, that's a
I've
great
started
song.
really liking. I've started really liking Yuki Brown.
See, I can't drink those heavy
Ooh.
beers. Can't drink the heavy
Okay.
beers.
See, I'm just a
really
local ale person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like cask ale stuff.
Yeah, we've
I
got
Although
tell you what,
Sorry, go
one
on.
of the local breweries around here is Jules Brewery, and they do some nice beers called. They do one called Green Monkey, which is a lager. They do a Slumbering Monk, which is, I think it's a bitter. And,
it's a bit of what?
they do some really nice.
You not say things like that just as I'm about to drink coffee.
Yeah, well, I've got a
Well-
coffee problem at the moment. So.
Guess who's just bought Wrexham Lager?
Let me guess. Ed Paul?
Elon Musk? I don't know.
Yeah. No,
No.
Gary's
Ryan-
right.
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds. Yeah, I did see something on the news
Yeah.
that he got
Kind
a
of
new
figures,
contract
really,
for
doesn't it?
Is he really?
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
owns Wrexham Football Club.
Does
So
he?
he's joined.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's very good. I have been, yeah.
Who we are above in the league.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
it gets on my nerves because every day in our local newspaper there's articles about Ryan Reynolds and Wrexham Football Club. And I'm like, for God's sake, I really don't care about the fact that Ryan Reynolds owns Wrexham Football Club.
Yeah, this is the thing. Not everybody in the world. I mean, believe it or not everybody in Glasgow cares about football.
No,
What?
I know.
I don't.
I know.
Football is. I never understood the game from when I was a kid. So,
I think as far as Glasgow's concerned, I think they're too scared to answer what team they support. You know, in case they're.
I have found the universal answer. When someone comes up to you with his shoulders up, so what team do you support? You say any team bar Celtic and Rangers. So for example, you go St Mirren, and then they go, oh, that's nice.
or even one better, give them a rugby team or something.
Yeah. Well, I've got a
same
bit
time.
fed up with all this Glasgow Rangers thing, and I've actually spotted my local team who are top of the Lowland League, and it's a great day out. And the first game I went along to was a cup game, and I said, "Oh, how much is it?" She said, "Oh, I'm ever so sorry." She goes, "It's £15." And I said, "Well, why are you sorry that it's £15?" She says, "Well, it's normally £10, but this is a League Cup game." And I'm like, get in there.
Yeah.
You ain't
See,
getting
the only
into
time I've
Celtic.
watched,
Sorry, go on.
well, the only time I've watched a football match is when I was doing medical cover for the England under-21s World Cup matches a couple of years ago,
Right.
because they held them at the Wrexham Stadium, and I was working with the ambulance service at the time, so I was doing medical cover for a private medical company with them. So I got to be on the TV, but
Yeah.
But it's always interesting.
I mean, I've
to go and watch.
I've always been a massive football fan, but having lived in Wales and Scotland for a while, I do appreciate there's this other game that exists. It's got a funny shaped ball, isn't it? And every now and again, they have a big competition among 6 different countries. And some people do like that.
Where in Wales did you live?
Newport.
Where in Wales did you live? Oh yeah, I went there once.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. I
I
just
went
love.
there once. It's not London, though, is it, Mikey?
No, but it's the Welsh equivalent. No, when I was in sixth form, I did engineering A levels, and part of it was we had to invent this machine as a group to in order to help a company that we'd been assigned. They'd give us the problem. We had to design a way of fixing that problem in their production line.
Okay.
And we won. So we had to go down to Newport to show off what we designed at the South Wales version of the competition. So we got to stay in the what's it called? The one that's owned by the Hilton. That's it. We got to stay in the Hilton in Newport, and then we had to just go and spend the day in the Celtic Manor. Walk around
Nice.
there and having dinner there and stuff. Yeah.
Is the Celtic Manor the one where they've got this big ugly dragon structure?
Yeah, it's the one on the big
Just-
hill, isn't it? It's the big
Yeah,
posh one.
it looks like it's been made out of 3 plates that have just been slotted together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you offer
We-
me
we
to
got
stay
in
in
the
the Celtic Manor and you pronounce that wrong, Mikey, you'll be told to jog on. There a wee hint of a side of the fence, that's it.
Guess who's the one who got assigned a private hire job? And I went, I'm off to Celtic Manor.
Oh,
And they were like, pardon?
gonna need to swear.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
tell my die-hard
Cyprus
Rangers,
School.
man.
We got in the minibus to go on the way, come back up after the Celtic Manor, and one mate said, "Oh, I'm gonna make some money out of this." I'm like, "How?" And he went, "Well, I've nicked some of the cutlery." Like, really? He's like, "Yeah, it's proper silver cutlery," and he showed us. And I went, "If this is silver, why has he got stainless steel printed on it?"
I've
What?
got to confess, my job, when we do a London run, they put us in a travel lodge hotel. And apart from the fact all the milks I keep, and I always say to drivers, I say, when you have a cup of coffee, can you keep the milk containers? Because I use them for mixing pots. But I always slip 1 teaspoon into my bag. And now I've got about 400 teaspoons, because you can never have enough teaspoons. You know, knives and forks are okay, because a set of 6 will do me, because I only have 1 main meal a day. So I can go 6 days without washing my cutlery up. But I'm making like 50 cups of coffee a day, so I need teaspoons.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Oh. See, one thing I learned with my RAF serving stepdad is cup of tea on the hour every hour.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He wasn't in air traffic control, was he?
He was actually, yes. I'll tell you a funny story. I was a sergeant in the Air Cadets. Now, this will all be obvious to everyone now, and it's obvious to me now. I'm in my 50s, but I didn't know that Air Cadets is an actual official rank. You know, my teachers who were officers, they are proper commissioned officers. Well, my stepdad was a corporal. Now, he was making me go and run and make the tea every hour. And the CO came in and he said to me, "Why are you making the teas?" And I said, "Because I've been asked to." No. You're a sergeant. He's a corporal. You go and make the teas. And that didn't go down too well.
Oh,
Yeah. See,
that was in air traffic
on Remembrance Day,
control.
we had to. Our unit was originally based in my hometown, and
Right.
what used to happen was we'd do our Remembrance Parade in my hometown. So one day they said to us, some of you are going to go back to the cadet hall afterwards to sort of have tea with the mayoress and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. And we went down. I stood talking to cadets because I was in the cadets 12 months before, and they said, because I was only a craftsman, the sergeant came up to me and went, "Go make a brew." And I went, "Sorry?" He went, "Go make me a brew." And I went, "How about you wind your neck in, you little shit?" And he's like, "You got to do as I say. You're a private." I said, "1, I am not a private. I'm a craftsman because I have a trade." I said, "And 2, you're a fucking cadet. If you don't piss off, you're going to have my size 9 up your backside."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
but this guy was actually older than me as well, because I joined at 17 and he was 18.
Yeah. My stepbrother was I forget what rank he was, sergeant major in the cadets. He was a sixth former, and he used to run a lot of the events.
Yeah.
And we hated each other. We really didn't get on. I hated him because I was always compared to him, and I hated, the younger person always gets compared to the older one, and I always used to get. I mean, I got a detention once because one of the teachers said to me, "Why can't you be more like your brother?" And I just went, "Because I'm not a knobhead," and I was in detention for a week. But when we did all of these events, he always used to try and make it harder for whatever team I was in, and which I suppose was a learning experience because I've always had to work that much harder to get half as far as anyone else. Like when we're doing the raft, you have to build the raft and cross the stream, and not realizing that he's actually tied a rope to the back of the raft and he's pulling it back, and we're wondering why we're not getting anywhere.
Oh. To be fair, that sounds like something I would do.
What, tie the rope or make things harder?
Yeah.
Bit of column A,
I'll
a
tie
bit
the
of
rope.
column B, I'd wager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have all
John's
just
worked
turned
me
around
long
and
enough
grabbed
on
that
it.
rope and yanked him in.
John's worked with me on here long enough now to know that I can cause trouble.
Yeah.
Make things very
Well,
difficult for people.
I seem to cause trouble at work just by walking in the room.
Yeah.
I had an
So
early
let's
start.
catch up on let's catch up with some comments before we knock off because it's 10 to now.
Christ.
Already?
Yeah.
That went quick.
Let's see, there we go. We'll go from there. Duke says, my war game club are having a big show in Melbourne in a couple of weeks. We have beer there too.
That's all that counts.
It wouldn't be a show without one.
No.
Paul Price says, didn't serve but worked on for Hawk at de Havilland in Australia. Nice.
Fair play.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts? Which a base?
Oh,
Let us know.
Are you doing it? Yeah. Black Hat says I did a 5-week sided tour for the UK last year. Can you believe that I found Hawkstone to be one of the best? Nice.
I thought Hawkston
I
was a
don't drink
lager.
cider because it gives me a migraine.
I thought Hawkston was a lager.
Oh, they make other things. That's why it's surprising that it's the best cider.
Jeremy Clarkson's beer.
I don't know.
No idea.
Don't know. Don't ask me. I didn't say it. Paul Price says, I have drunk beer in nearly every state of Australia.
Yeah.
Tiffany says, 15 quid is nothing when an old firm game goes for about 400 quid a ticket. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And you're less likely to be beaten up at
That's
East
just not
Kilbride.
worth it. Yeah. Sonic says, nothing can compare to the atmosphere of an old firm game. Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, some of those kids can get things going at East Kilbride. You know, when you get 10 of them in the home end and then there's 5 fans in the away end, it really gets rowdy, you know.
Jim says, pronounce Celtics. Mostly here in the US, I prefer Celtics. Well, Celtic is a people, that's why. It's a group of people, whereas Celtic is a football team. And the Scottish don't speak English, they speak Jockanese.
Yes.
Paul says, Penny, you should never wash your cup out.
Oh, I never did. Well, I start with a clean cup in the morning, and by the evening, the coffee's tasting really good.
John doesn't wash his cup out. He just gets a new box for his wine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
I need to refill.
He's on the wine.
That reminds me, he says.
Oh yeah. So what am I?
Oh,
This is it's what we're drinking today. What have we
Devil's wine.
got? Devil's Vine.
Devil's wine.
Nice.
Cab Sav from South Australia.
I may have a beer tonight when I watch Minis and Muscles live stream.
See, unfortunately, the
that
only
is,
wine I know. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, Minis and Muscles is on tonight at 7 o'clock. Steve, it's actually a guy who he does miniature painting, but he's also massively into fitness as well because he used to be a PTI in the army. So he does miniature painting, and he does a section where he talks about fitness and how to build up your strength and fitness and stuff as well.
Oh, can you drop a link to his channel just in case I don't have it?
I certainly can.
With a jump, keep
Back to
together.
Pop, can you put it in Discord as well?
Yeah, Discord
Modern-
will be great.
Yeah, it's really good. He's a really small channel. He's not long started. He's just got 101 subscribers, but he's a really
Nice.
nice bloke, and he's got the perfect voice for presenting.
Oh,
Count of three.
That's a
Running.
decent channel, eh?
Change.
Sonic
Yeah, 'cause
says Boston,
I-
Jim.
Washington.
Go on.
Washington.
yeah. I was going to say my kind of painter. I kind of steer away from like the pro painters because a lot of them come across to me as all you do is there you go, and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, slow down. I like the painters who are. They'll admit they're not the best, and they're not the best, and they're very good.
Yeah.
But or maybe they're new, or and they're not frightened to say. Because like some of my videos, I'm like, right, guys, I'll tell you, I've never done this before, and that's what I want to watch in other videos.
Agreed.
Well, you'll like Steve then, because that's what he's like. He at the minute he's building a Warhammer tank, and he was just going to paint it normal black and everything. And then I said to him, "Why don't you do like a kit bash?" And now it's turned into a Warhammer tank with a massive claw sticking out of one front, a massive chainsaw sticking out the other front. It's got a stained glass window on the back, and him stood on the back holding a gun in one hand and a book with the other, pretending he's preaching.
Nice.
Mental. It was cool though.
Have you I came across a video the other day. Someone did I was looking up. I've been watching a hell of a lot of 3D resin printer videos. But there was a guy. I'm stepping back because I've got to show you this. He's done a tank. It's about that big, all resin 3D printed.
Wow.
And it's a Warhammer tank.
Wow.
And it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need those files. I don't care how much you're going to charge. I need those print files.
Jim says, "iSonic, that's an NBA team." Paul says, "Hi, Jim." Jim says, "Hello, Paul." Julian says, "Back. Welcome back." Julian says, "Hi, Paul." Black Hat says, "Yep, Jeremy Clarkson owns Hawkstone." There we go.
All right.
Paul Price says, Bankstown Airport, where they built the Mozzie and the Vampire.
Yeah. Okay. Bankstown.
So that's where he worked.
Yep.
Paul says, "Hi, Julian." Duke says, "John, have you tried Southwark Bitter in Adelaide?"
I have not tried. I've never heard of Suffolk Bitter. No.
And Tiff says, Tiff put the links up to Minis and Muscles.
Very good.
Thank you. I've just
do
had a
check
look at the channel and I've subbed, and I will I'll watch them tonight. That'll come up on my notifications. And I see there's quite a few videos on there on the live. So I think it works out about 30 odd hours worth of lives to catch up on.
Yeah.
So that'll keep me going.
He's a lovely guy.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, I work on the simple basis that I'll subscribe to any channel. I'll watch a few of their videos. If I enjoy the channel, I'll keep subscribed. If I don't, then I'll unsubscribe. And and that's what I say to everyone about my channel. If you don't like it, don't sub. But I'll give anyone a look.
Mm-hmm.
Which raises the question: how did you find this channel?
Probably through Models for Heroes.
Yeah.
I know that I found you all by you doing the lives with each other, and so if say for example I'm subscribed to you, and then you join a live and stream it to yours, and you're with say 3 other people, I'm like, I don't know who you are. Can I have your links and I'll check your channels out, and if I like the channel, I'll keep subscribed.
Sure.
I think
Well, I hope
Columbus
you stay
Models,
subscribed.
right? Does that name? Oh well, definitely, yeah. And then when I watch, if you're doing say a four person stream, I tend to try to watch the person with the less subs to try and get them a little bit more watch hours to help them grow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good theory or a bad theory, but
That's what I do. Yeah.
Also, Penny, Friends of Models for Heroes. You can anyone can join it for £12 a year.
Oh,
and on Saturdays we have a group modelling session on Discord for all the members.
Excellent. I will. You'll have to. Can you pop details into Discord on how to do that? Because it's something. So I personally, I'm not ex-servicers, but I come from service family, And
Yeah.
I'm one of the
Yeah.
few modern people that seem to actually appreciate the efforts that people have made. I have this viewpoint that even if you haven't served in a war, the reason there hasn't been a war is because you signed up, and that's the deterrent. And
Yeah.
then there's a lot of stuff that we don't see that servicemen do. Like if there's a disaster in Asia somewhere, the army will get sent out to do humanitarian work. And
Yeah.
you know, and it's life is good because of the work that we don't see being done. Plus, I've got family that served in the war. I've got one uncle I can trace his movements right up the D-Day beaches and beyond, right up to the day he died.
Yeah. Well, with
Sorry,
Friends of Models for Heroes, it's £12. It's £12 a year. The money goes to obviously running, like going to shows and making people aware what Models for Heroes do, and that's the whole point of it, is to raise awareness for Models for Heroes.
If you
Anything
take it
that's left over at
if
the
you
end of the
take it
year goes to Models for Heroes.
Lovely.
If you take it
Go on,
back
Gary.
to a football-
You're the expert.
If you take it back to a football analogy, we're the supporters club for Models for Heroes.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you don't have to be
fantastic.
a veteran or a serving member to be a member of Friends of Models for Heroes. Anyone can be a member.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's the
it's nice
small
to do.
ways. I mean, the common ways to donate is things like keeping your Airfix points,
Yeah.
which I personally think, for me personally, I don't think that's worth it, because Airfix aren't. How do I put this? Because I like foreign aircraft and I like bigger aircraft, Airfix don't do an awful lot that I'm desperate to get. So it's been more benefit. I might as well give the points away, but I don't buy enough aircraft kits for Models for Heroes to actually benefit. So if there's other small ways I can give, and I am a believer that if lots of people gave a small bit of help, that's better than one or two people giving a lot.
Absolutely.
And I've just seen John nod so hard his head nearly fell off.
Yeah.
No, I'm just tired.
So yeah, if I just gave them £12 a year and 5 Airfix points, but I'm one of 1,000 people doing that, that's quite a lot of help, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I also believe that
Exactly. I mean,
if you can just help one person a year, that you know, one new person, that's a success, isn't it?
exactly. I mean, like Malcolm said in the interview, one of the biggest things people can do is share the content for Models for Heroes and things like that.
Yeah.
Or, speak about them on Facebook and social media and things.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we did I did a live stream with Dominic New Year. We did an Airfix build challenge. We had 2 hours to build the F-35, and then everybody voted on which one they thought was the better one, and I lost. So the money, I think we raised about 150 quid or something for his version of Model for Heroes, and that was good fun.
That's great.
Yeah. Mod is going to pop the form to fill out for Friends Models for Heroes into Discord for you, Penny.
Lovely, thank you.
She's just
I'll be
messaged
all
me now.
over that.
Yeah, I think we've got. Do you know we've got in the background? Because Modders is in the background. We've got 7 people. So just before we knock it off, can I take a screenshot of everyone?
Of course you can.
Just because.
Does that mean I might have to brush my hair again?
I'll do have to polish mine.
Yeah, Sonic, put your balls away, mate.
Like a Barbie.
Look up, Penny. Cheers, guys. So, before we knock on the head, we always see what we've achieved during the stream. So, Penny, you've achieved coming up onto the stream for the first time.
Yes, I've achieved my hair being brushed.
Lovely to have you with us.
And an empty cup of coffee, which I filled just before I came on.
Cheers.
It's been lovely having you with us. It's been great to talk to you.
Yes, it's a pleasure. It's been all
Bought
mine.
any sheep this stream?
racist, but yeah.
Callum, have you managed to catch any sheep this stream?
Nope. All I did was I was doing a little bit of my primer blocked out all my panel lines, so I was just rescribing them a little bit as well, because otherwise you wouldn't have all these nice details. But also for all the Aussies who are still watching or are going to watch, I will be at Scale ECT next week. If you want to come around and say hi, I will be wearing my podcast's old logo T-shirt. So you'll be able to see me out there, see me there. So come and say hi. It'd be great to catch a beer, have a beer with everyone.
I think Mikey was just asking to see if you did catch any sheep, if you would keep them on.
Black Hat says, I'm off, folks. Late here and have to be up early tomorrow. All right.
Cheers, mate.
Nice having you with us. Scott says, both my grandfathers fought the Japanese in PMG and survived. Wow. Nice. So, Sonic, you've just been chilling out, haven't you, dude?
Yeah, pretty much. Same as usual. Try my best.
I've got a hell of a delay on today. John, what have you achieved?
All right. So what I've done is I have to change camera. So this is the interior of the Tempest 2. So anyway, a couple of bits going together. It does need lots of seat belts and all the photo etch, the instrument panels and all that sort of stuff. But basically painting it all, that'll go together. Quattle throttle. So here's a joke with the Hercs. We used to call the throttle quadrant the Quattle quadrant because one of the guys signed it up in the book one night as that. The name stuck, so we just call them a Quattle quadrant. But all that'll go together, with the sidewalls and all that sort of stuff like that. There's still a way to go yet, but it's coming together. And that's all I've got to show is just those bits here, really. Really enjoying it.
Less quantity, more quality by the looks of it.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, and really enjoyed the chat as well. It's been great.
It has. It's been wonderful. I really enjoy these Creative Fridays. It's a nice balance of everything.
That made me jump.
What have you been up to, Chair Force One?
Well, I managed to.
Oh, by the way, Penny, Gary's the secretary.
Yeah, I was probably going to wait till after the stream, but I was going to say, what's FOM4H? Obviously, M4H is model for heroes, but
Friends are models for heroes.
Friends of, yeah. I thought, am I in the company of royalty? And F means founder.
No. So I got the barrel to fit in the turret of my Paladin, and I have primed, ready for some.
Excellent.
And you know me, I like the desert scheme, so I'm going to desert paint it and try and get it done for Telford.
Awesome.
Which is probably means I'll fail.
Excellent.
Looking forward to meeting you there, man.
Yeah, looking forward to it next week. I won't be around next Friday because I've got to do the setup. But
oh, nice.
Yes. So yeah, that's what I've been painting. Oh, there you go. I've done it in Sunmail Malachite green and then Vallejo camouflage green. So it looks a bit faded because the colours.
Very nice.
Yeah.
May I, when you finish, may I show you my base, which I'm rather proud of?
Of course you can. But yeah. So I've done red leather mixed with orange on the wings and then malachite green and camouflage green there. And blue.
The size of that gut on him. I think he's going to need bigger wings so he can actually take off.
It's actually
well, it's a model of me.
It was a 3D scan of me when I get up in the morning before I even...
It's actually from this kit here, which is one that Models for Heroes sent to a group of us so that we could do it as like a group build.
Nice. I like the idea of a paint kit.
Yeah. Well, it's really cool because I think they're only about 20 quid to buy.
Yeah. So that's basically like the D&D version of an Airfix starter set.
Yeah. and you get paints and that in it. Brushes. But they're actually Vallejo paints.
Nice. I like that. The concept is just
Yeah.
fantastic.
They also sent us that as well.
Nice.
That's about 90 quid's worth.
Wow.
So I'm yet to try it yet. Try
So are you going to be the ambassador for Models for Heroes figure painters?
No, I'm not a figure
So,
painter. by
sorry,
any
can you
stretch of the
pull?
imagination.
Are they the half-size bottles?
Yeah,
They're the 10 mils.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, so
That's
8 mil.
that's plenty
So the 8
though,
mil
isn't it?
bottles.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's more than enough.
And yeah,
Yeah.
like you'll know whether you like it by the time you use all those paints. It's fantastic.
But why don't they sell them as actual individual pots? Because not everybody wants a 17 mil or a 25 mil pot of obscure color green that you're only ever going to use on one model.
Well, this is the sort of stuff that supporting Models for Heroes go towards, because what it is, they sent a group of us the kit and the paints, and then they got one of the guys who's a really good figure painter to do a week, do lessons, and we record the lessons, put them on the YouTube channel so that we can all paint them together. So it's pretty cool. But that sort of
See,
stuff,
now I really want to print off loads of minis and send them to Models for Heroes.
mate, they would accept them gladly, I think.
I'm sure they would. Because where I'm now going to be getting, because I want to do a mystery figure every month, and I've subscribed to this company that gives you the files, but they give you the files for whole campaign, and I'll probably print them all off to show all the figures. But there's no way I'm going to paint 30 figures a month. I'm just going to focus on the one. So I might print all of them off to show on the channel, and then print an extra one of the one that I intend to paint. Then I'm stuck with all these figures that I don't need.
Sure.
So,
Well, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to, you could always send them out to people on the channel and stuff, and do a group build on the channel if you want to. That's up to you.
well, I'll be happy to help with that. You know, if you're doing a group build of say, you know, just on the channel of say 3 or 4 people, then I can quite happily do 3 or 4. It depends on the actual cost. So I'm jumping in without realizing exactly what it costs to print things off. But you know, if we're talking at the basic level, we're talking models that I'm going to be printing off anyway, that I'm not going to use. But if it's going to cost me like 20 pence a model, then I don't mind printing 4 or 5 of them off.
Yeah. There we go. So we can look into. Welcome to the family.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. It's been great having everyone on today. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a
Great
good
being
session.
on.
Great.
If you want to hang back, if you want to hang back, obviously when we come off the live stream, StreamYard can stay open until the last person leaves. So
Okay.
if you want to do that, feel free.
Am
So,
I pushing
for now,
anybody out once you've finished?
Not that we're aware of. Well,
No, I mean,
Tim's
if you've
pacing
got,
around his
if you've
lounge
got
room.
people in the background, can you only have 6 people on when you're offline?
I don't know, but I will
I
be
don't
shooting
know.
off immediately
Don't worry
afterwards
about
because I've got to feed
Okay.
the dog. So
Yeah.
there'll be a space freeing up straight away anyway.
And if
Tell
you
you
want-
what, that's worth testing.
immediately.
so I was
Jim,
going
if
to
you're still there, let's try that. See if you can come into the after party or whatever we call it.
Yeah,
Just-
I was gonna say,
test
if,
it.
if that doesn't work, if it comes to it, we could always use Discord and get more people in the group that way.
Of course, yeah.
Have a one there.
Yeah, exactly. Because Discord we can have unlimited.
Yeah.
But we can discuss all this once we've ended the live stream.
Yeah.
So we'll be back on Monday with me, John, and Gary Evans for the viewers panel. Tuesday should be me, Steph, and Modders doing the Kit Bash and Buddy build. Thursday, I'm not sure. Thursday should be okay, I think. because Thursday night I'm going to the theatre to watch a show with Kaylee.
nice.
We're going to watch. We're going to watch the Jack Nicholls performance of a play of about World War One and the Unknown Warrior.
Well,
So that should be good. And then obviously Friday, I think we're probably going to miss Friday because we're going down to Telford.
yeah,
Sweet.
Friday I've got set up at Telford on Friday, so.
Yeah, I shall
Yeah.
be sitting here crying on Friday because I'm.
Well, John will be crying as well.
Oh, I'll tell you what, John, join me in Discord and we can cry together.
Tell you what. So here's the thing. This is the other Marley dressed up for Halloween yesterday. Because why not?
Very good. Right.
Right then.
So everyone, we'll see you all on Monday, hopefully, if you want to join us again. So see you all then.
Have a
11
good
o'clock
weekend.
Monday. No, 12 o'clock Monday. 12 o'clock Monday. Let's not confuse things anymore.
Carry on.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.